Hey, happy Wednesday. A raucous rainy day here in Los Angeles. I fortunately got my giant golf umbrella. Hey, Cariopolis. Apologies in advance. You guys may see this umbrella pop into the frame. I'm just trying to keep the everything dry. The gimbal, the phone. I love the city in the rain. I almost want to walk down to go to LittleTokyo. Hey Cecilia, happy Wednesday. Happy rainy Wednesday. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head towards downtown to the right and then scoot back around to get to LittleTokyo. LittleTokyo is right over there. I'm kind of hoping, so cross your fingers, otherwise we're going to end up in that food hall again. I will endeavor to keep the umbrella out of the frame as much as possible. Weak signal. Oh. The signal looks pretty strong from my end, so let me know if that got any better. Sorry. This is usually signal gold mine down here. I'll check to see if my Wi-Fi is on. It says that it's 5082 kbps, which is pretty. Let's see if that does anything. It is now off. I'm at 4850 on my end. Let me know if it's still crappy. Now at 5500 kbps. I don't know why I can't remember what that is. Alright, cool. I turned off the Wi-Fi. Maybe that's the trick. I also changed another setting in the phone. Because what my not yet in the rain. What my thing does is it just looks for 5G, and there's also 4G. So now I have it looking for the best line. But I believe I do have to turn my Wi-Fi off all the time, and I forget that. So I will add that to my checklist of things to do before I start up. Hey, Brave Bull. I love walking in the rain. It's such a rare treat, actually. Also, not coming from this area, like I come from somewhere where there's a lot of weather, although I've lived here for long enough. I miss the seasons and weather. So thanks for the feedback. We're just gonna hopefully go over and get some delicious ramen. LittleTokyo is really close to where we got off. It's not that large of an area, so I definitely want to take our time and walk through it. But I kind of want to see some city first. Sorry. Especially in the rain when it looks all perfectly ray traced. Tokyo is kind of a tight area too, so I don't think it's going to be very busy, but I have a giant golf umbrella. I also have small umbrellas too. I feel like ramen would be perfect for today, anything with noodles. Also, I don't know, I think I've got a little cold for the past couple days, so I'm looking forward to some comfort food, which ramen certainly is. That's a police station over there with its really funny sculpture that I kind of love. We're walking along the old police station, the bus. Simply Sonora. I know, it's the rain from coast to coast. I was thinking that. Although it sounded worse on the east coast. Although they promised us some thunderstorms. And perhaps, I can't remember if they said tornadoes tonight. They won't happen in LA for sure. It's raining in Miami. Yeah, it's raining, I think, all along the eastern seaboard. We need the rain for reals. And I love the rain because it's a great change of pace. So that's all right with me. I know it rains in Florida a lot. The rainstorms in Florida are insane. I didn't watch anybody walking this morning, which I usually do, because I just kind of like, we're gonna do a walk on Friday, which is the Sunset Strip kind of mystery walk. And so I've been working on the route and points of interest for that. And it's much easier to watch stupid YouTube than stuff I really want to watch. So I didn't really watch much walking or brick cooking, which is another favorite of mine. Maryland, how about it? How is it like in New England? Is it raining there too? And like, what is your weather scare? Like, what have they warned you about? They always warn something when weather comes. For us, it's the things that I mentioned, lightning or thunderstorm tonight. Maybe some tornadoes. And debris. I guess, especially in Pasadena, the debris catchers are full from the last rain. I remember the last time I was in Florida. My sister lives near Orlando. We were on our way somewhere, and it was beautiful, humid. Definitely, my perm was on fleek. It was really humid, and then all of a sudden it got pitch black dark, and the rain was so insane. And I've lived through some weather that we like really could not drive. I think that's only ever happened to me one other time. That the rain was so bad I could not drive, but we could not drive. And it only lasted 20 minutes. It's kind of like your version of an earthquake. Oh, you also have high winds? Yeah, I think they warned us about some high winds here to 30 miles per hour or whatnot. But those happen pretty frequently. Secretly, I was born in Florida. I guess it's not a secret, but I've never mentioned it before. We didn't live there for very long. Both my grandparents, my father's mother lived in Florida, Boynton Beach, talking the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And then my other grandmother lived with us, not with us in our house, but with us in New Hampshire and at a different house. And then she moved to Sarasota. But I was born in West Palm Beach. It's not really a secret. I just don't feel Floridian enough to mention it. Hey, is it raining up there? It seems to be raining in Florida, Maryland. I actually love Florida. Florida has so much like 1950s culture and style and really cool buildings. Hey, Carla. Happy Wednesday. And also I have really fond memories of Pete going there and growing up. The last time I was there though, I totally missed the walk, by the way. I hope you didn't notice that. Thanks for not mentioning it. Oh, that's because I was... Oh, you're totally welcome. I'm glad to hear you're getting a little warm. It's 57 probably here, and it's pouring off and on. But I love walking in a city in the rain, or in the country in the rain. I will admit though, living here, I have some really great rain gear, but like some black welly boots that look a little weird in LA. Like they look like cop boots. And I don't mean that it's a bad thing, but they look a little, maybe S&M is what I want to say. I don't mind wearing them around the house. And then I have a pair of, I guess they're Timberland boots that I got that kill my ankles. So I'm wearing my favorite. I like to remember the Palm Beach Story, which is a movie with Claudette Colbert. Like the way it looked then when they were trying to, when it was becoming kind of a spot in the 50s and the 60s. Miami has really thankfully woken up because it's really culturally relevant and on top of the design world. And as many times as I have been to Florida, I've never actually been to Miami that I know of. And when I say that, I mean like I probably was a kid and had gone there. I'm sorry. So thank you guys for joining us walking in LA, walking in the rain. Definitely an event here. I apologize if my thumbnail tricked you into thinking this is going to be a really sunny walk. I'm kind of kidding. I thought about changing it because I think the rain is kind of more unique and alluring. But I was going to be late. I think I might have still been a couple minutes late. I wanted to hit 2:22. Well, I really haven't taken us down the most charming street I could because I have not been paying attention to where I'm walking. So, we are gonna take a look at nothing. A building they're probably trying to resuscitate up here. And then Hotel Alexandria is right up here. So, there's a Hotel Rosslyn from behind. I think the design world is really kind of hot in Miami. And I'm talking about like, you know, furniture, like home design. But I could be wrong. If you guys are saying Florida's not that exciting, I'll take your word for it. My sister does live there. Hey Ruben, how are you? Just checking out some of your shorts. Ruben has like a food vlog, if you guys should check that out. Here's the last bookstore. I know I keep saying I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go in here, but I've got a wet umbrella, so I feel like a douchebag. Sorry, we don't use that word. That's the New Hampshire in me. We'll see if we can anyway. I'll shake my umbrella out. If we don't go here now, we will go. So maybe I really do need a notebook though. Hey, Mr. Raffrosa. Yeah, there's somebody standing in the foyer. So maybe we won't go in now. We will go in sometime really soon. So, Hotel Alexandria from our haunted tour. Just like really yucky coffee in someone's direction. My apologies. I have to literally carry the umbrella like on my shoulders, like the Morton Salt girl, so it doesn't end up in the camera. It's really cute. I should twirl it at the same time. My umbrella is black and white. So please, nobody say Beetlejuice 3 times. We don't need that. So woo! Here we are on Broadway. For Friday, welcome. For my Friday walk, I might go a little bit later so we can catch the neon on the Sunset Strip. I think I have it for 2:22, but it's about a 1.5 mile, 2 mile walk where we're gonna see the Viper Room and the Comedy Store and the Chateau Marmont from the street. You're not allowed to take pictures there. And talk about crazy things that happen there. So I have been dying to do that because it's also a great walk while the sun is setting. So I'm going to check what time the sun sets on Friday and maybe alter it so we start, in broad daylight and end, because we end at the top of La Cienega. Beautiful view, and it would be an amazing sunset if it doesn't pour rain. Hey Gridley, I don't know, but on some of these buildings I love the tagging. I love it when it's really well done. I don't want it on the front of somebody's, poor car, but a lot of these buildings, like the second story is vacant also, so you just have to get to there and then you're on a roof. I was always amazed by the 2 giant abandoned skyscrapers downtown that people got up really high on those to spray paint and tag them. First of all, a little too high for me. Second of all, me too. Also, I love the fact that it's not completely revitalized in spots, so it really looked I don't know, kind of the way New York did in the 70s. Yeah, that's it. I saw some people spray paint on YouTube, I think, on that. Pretty cool. I just wouldn't want to be up that high. I forgot the name of the building. I think it's the Korea Air Building. I saw somebody, the Korean Air Building is really high and it has like a pole on the top. I saw somebody up by that pole. That's not safe. Lovely old bank district. I've never really noticed that building before. With the green brick and the little balconies. I would not want to sit on one of those little balconies, but cute. These two just look banky. I love it. It's really hard to talk about those kind of buildings from a modern perspective because to me it's bespoke and really cool and interesting and thoughtful. Nomad, and like we don't make stuff like that anymore, but perhaps when everything looked like that it was just boring. I don't think so though. Just trying to have an open mind. I really do love that building though. Old banking district. We're gonna walk down to Main Street, take a look at the Barclays, turn left, walk towards LittleTokyo. For sure, some of them are still abandoned. Downtown LA just closed its last department store. I think this week, a Macy's down here closed. This whole area was filled with these hotels at a time when people were taking the train, and the train stop was right down here. So it's kind of odd that the whole neighborhood just moved on. Hey, Allie. Happy Wednesday. I'm tempted to get coffee because I would love to be warm. However, I had a lot of coffee today. Sorry, it's my umbrella. I wish decaf tasted better because I really just want the flavor of the coffee, you know? You know, this architecture, these buildings are early 20s. Not early 20s, but early 20th century. So I don't know, there isn't really any like cool brownstone type living down here. Like Boston has more of that brownstone living. Actually, I've never run into any type of brownstone to live in here. In fact, maybe the only one I've ever seen was in Universal Studios. I could go for a donut today. So my trick is to try to keep this thing dry. I did see a guy using it in the snow, so I think it's umbrellaed and it'll get a little wet. It'll be okay. I'll go this way. I love the fact that you can totally see me, but that's all right. There's just like some cafe that closed here. Look at how curly my hair is. In the 50s and just never reopened. Actually, it might not be true, but it looks like it's from the 50s. And then, hey, West Coast Jeep, this shoe store right here, or shoe repair place, I don't know how well you can see it. There's a video online where somebody went in there. It closed in the 90s, and it was exactly the same way it's been since they closed in the 90s. They do have the garden style apartments in LA, in Hollywood especially, but also Pasadena. I love those style of apartments, sort of. I've definitely lived in one. But I kind of like the ones where they're little tiny houses instead of like all attached. I like windows. I lived in a brownstone in Boston. And it was the first floor, so it was like, raised. And it was on the corner of Mass Ave and Shawmut Ave, and there was a bus that drove by, a couple buses, but like if they were stopped there, they were like literally eye level with the apartment. You couldn't really like sit in there in your bloomers. I love the bungalows. I just don't like the attached bungalows. Right now, I feel like my apartment, we have people upstairs. And that's okay, but I don't share a wall with anybody, except for maybe my bathroom. Actually, I share a bathroom wall, but I think it's their kitchen. I think Mass Ave was probably the same. This building is still there. It's like a historic brownstone. Mass Ave was really busy and probably a little maybe more dangerous, especially on that end of town. Like it was closer to like, I can't remember what street, Washington Street. So, not like near Newbury Street. I lived in Jamaica Plain though, and I used to walk through a housing project all the time to go home. Can't remember what they were called. And it wasn't that dangerous. I also never had a problem living in the south end of Boston either. True. Stuff can happen anywhere, really. And it does. Tried to itch my eye. I also think like a lot of the time I'm walking places and I'm not oblivious, but a little oblivious. But I also am not looking around like a tourist, except for when I'm doing this. I'm leaving the historic Bank District as we head to LittleTokyo. I try to mind my own business too. Sometimes I just can't. I mean, but I still do anyway, but I do. Yeah, they're surprised at what's down here. Like, there'll be a couple of rows of fashionable fun boutiques, and then an old hotel from 1905 that's abandoned. This church was abandoned for a while, actually. Beautiful church. Now a function hall. I watched the... Oh, never mind, we don't want to talk about that. I forgot about Ash Wednesday until I saw somebody with ashes on their forehead, which I really haven't seen since I lived in Boston. Well, we're pretty close to LittleTokyo. I think a block and a half or so before we hit the Weller Court area. I love moments like this where the trees create a canopy. I don't have to hold my umbrella so tightly. Alright, we are approaching quick. It actually is just a block, not a block and a half. There's Kyoto Gardens. I see the edge of Weller Court. I'm gonna take a left here. I'm gonna cross the street whichever direction I could go in and then take a left. So we approach Weller Court. Weller Court seems like I keep calling it Weller Court now. Weller Court seems like it might be slippery. Although I do have a good tread on my shoes. It's not completely waterproof. I'm going to stop trying. So, this is the issue. I don't want to go and sit in a restaurant and bring my camera in. So when I intentionally planned this, I was thinking of going to this place, getting to-go ramen, and then go eating in the park across the street from LittleTokyo in front of the Japanese American Cultural Center. But it's raining, so now I gotta find a place to eat it that will let me sit down and not be obtrusive in a restaurant. So I'm not sure. That kind of makes it fun. I think maybe in the future I'll be a little more planful. I kind of like flying by the seat of my pants, but maybe had I called a restaurant and said, I want to sit in the corner and bring my camera and live stream, they might have let me do it. I just don't want people to think I'm trying to get free lunch. I've run into many an influencer, which I'm not, in my time. Hey James, it has stops and starts, the rain. So, not coming down that hard at the moment. That's what I'm thinking. If I can't find a place to come here, they have ramen at the food hall, so we can just go there, and that's plenty indoors. But I don't want to miss out on our walk here in LittleTokyo. I love it. I also wouldn't mind finding, there's a sweet shop here That's been around since 1904. But the video I was watching was at least 10 years old, so it of course could be gone, but they have a placard outside of it. In the video I was watching, like, this area was not all blocked off, and it's been blocked off for a while.
Everything in the apple is right here, right?
I love the rain. I wouldn't like it every day because I definitely need some vitamin D from the sun. Ooh, sorry. I don't know if you can hear this, but like they're like blasting Rick Astley, "Never Gonna Give You Up." So loud. I'm not sure why. Right? Hero House Living. It's such a cute little street to block off, though. I have been rickrolled. I'll have to be sure to delete that out. How much money do you think he's made off of that song? It is so loud. It is probably louder than it's been played since 1985 or whenever it came out. I haven't heard anybody blare that song for a bit. I'm gonna tie my shoe, my boot. Hopefully I don't get umbrella rolled. Oy. All right. I actually think it's still playing, and I thought it ended. Maybe they're trying to get rid of people. The young kids. They're trying to chase the young kids away with Rick Astley. Little do they know. I really want to go to this thing. So, I'm going to look at this really quickly. Hey, from Brazil. Oh, the new gimbal is a game changer. I didn't like it at first, but after I've used it a couple times, it really is insane. The power on it is great. It doesn't break at the end of 2 hours or kind of fall asleep at the end of 2 hours. Yakitori. I could literally just eat under that awning. That's what they do at the 7-Elevens here. Also, there's a train station. I think it's the one I just came out of, actually. They play classical music. I think it's kind of nice, actually. It's sort of relaxing. So LittleTokyo is a bunch of like little different areas. So this place right here is the place I believe I wanted to go to. Oh, for sure. Kuraku is the place I wanted to go to. Still not off the table. But let's see what else we got here. It's to be honest with you, it's more gimbal than I probably need. It has a lot of like extra stuff on it. Like this really cool screen. Like if I were doing more filming with my iPhone, it would be insane. But I have another camera that I do 4K with, which I almost never use anymore, unfortunately. And check out the Japanese LittleTokyo style outlet LA. So we got some tables outside of the bakery. I have an umbrella table outside of here. Also don't want to spend $90 on one bowl of ramen because that's a little crazy. Well, let's see. We're just looking for some noodly miso ramen, chicken ramen. This would be a good place because I could sit outside. Let's see what else we got. Another ramen bar up there. Hibachi. 16-hour bone broth. Banh mi sandwiches. I love a banh mi sandwich. But we're here for ramen. So I think that place is my probably best bet. Because I can eat it outside. Hopefully, and the really fun thing is I definitely have something to dry off my seat with. I would love hibachi, actually.
That means a lot more.
I'm afraid the ramen is going to make me sweat. It will. I don't know. I love that there's no one here when I have this giant umbrella. I don't have to be as careful. I love sushi oteri, by the way.
They gave me a little container with donuts. Dude, I took them home.
I'm gonna try to squeeze under the soffit there. Sushi gala. Sushi Enya. Also ramen. I love a little hard work, but I think that first place was probably the best place to try it. Although Mr. Ramen is not open. This guy in front of me has a DJI. The gimbal, but in the pocket. Oops, 3. Sorry about that. My umbrella is obnoxiously big. I feel kind of bad. So, we don't want any vegan food today. Maybe he's smart enough to do it from his DJI Pocket 3. I think I can, but I don't like the way it works. This little program or whatnot is kind of usually pretty flawless, but I would love to do 4K. I love this. I wish this was open. It would be easy to actually stream with that from my house. All right, let's go check out that ramen place. I think that might be our best bet. Hopefully the little city area is a little more covered. If not, we can still go to the food hall. I'll let you guys vote on it, but I'm kind of all about this experience. I usually get the miso broth ramen with the noodles or chicken. So we'll look at the menu again. We'll look at the menu again. We'll scope out the outside seating. We'll go in and see if I can still sit out there. Maybe it's closed. And if so, we end up going to the food hall and getting ramen there. No ramen. It's not the same. This place has ramen also. I probably should eat a salad. But broth and noodles kind of healthy-ish. So this is like an underground video game mall, which is pretty cool. I just rushed through it, I'm sorry. Oh, crap. Will they let me eat out here? It's a different restaurant. It would be kind of obnoxious if I sat right by the window. I don't know where I can eat our noodle soup. I would get chicken or miso ramen. But, ooh, how do I eat here? Hold on, I'm gonna open my umbrella. Apologies. Extra noodles, how much were those? Let me see if there's another place around here. I feel like there's covered places to eat. And that's kind of what I want, an outdoor covered place to eat. I would eat there, but I wouldn't want somebody to have to come serve me in the rain because the tables are kind of wet. Extra noodles. close, soft opening. There's more restaurants over here. Honda Plaza has my favorite restaurant in it, which I cannot remember the name of right now. These are the K. I actually smelled Dave's hot chicken. Is that weird? Oh, it must be Spitz. Come on, noodles. There's a Japanese whiskey and cocktails. That is probably a little much for me. No worries, no worries. And what we got over here? Starbucks. That looks like a covered noodle place. It is. Oh. So let's go try that place. It's covered. Looks like you could still eat outside. Yum. So when I go in, I probably will show you the menu, but probably not film the person behind the counter on account of the fact that they don't want it. So I'm really excited that we found a place that will satisfy both of my noodles. It's gonna get flagged. Just kidding. And outside dining. Oh, schnitzel. The tables are all wrapped up. Why would they do that? Oh, there's Dave's Hot Chicken, actually. I'm not going there, by the way. So this place looks like their outdoor section is not too dry. So should we just go to the food hall and get noodles from there? Or should we go back to the wet table? Alright, I'm gonna go to the food hall. Let's walk through LittleTokyo a little more. Oh, excellent. Here is a free bathroom. If anybody knows a better place, yeah. The food hall is always great. We can also come back here to get sushi on a day when we can bring Joe, because we really love to go to that sushi place. He really loves to eat sushi. He probably likes noodles also. ABD. We're trying to eat ramen in LittleTokyo, but everywhere to sit outside is wet. So we are going to go to our favorite place, the Grand Central Market, which I like to call Food Hall from time to time, and we're gonna get some noodles there. So happy Wednesday. I feel like if I would have pressed a button, I could have probably walked at some point, but I didn't. There we are. So how is everybody's midweek? We are all the way on Wednesday. It's hump day. I personally am feeling a little this week. Not mentally, just physically kind of run down. But I also feel like if I was going to stay in the house all day, I would maybe go crazy. So it's really great to get out and get fresh air. Oh, I wish they would light it up all the time. Also, I wish that they would restore them. They're never going to restore the Hollywood sign to the blinking lights. But those, I think they could restore. Who knows how antique they are and how much that would cost. And we probably have better things to spend our money on. That has booths. Yes, tell me the spot, Captain Mickey Mouse. I'm not sure if that was a question for me. Oh, ramen booth. LittleTokyo has an interesting history, but not very nice history actually. Or I shouldn't say that, it has a really dark period of course, World War II. Well, but this is not that old, this is a section. I did a walk through this, and in the video there's this guy who's a legend playing synthesizer. I can't remember his name right now, but you can look him up. Actually, also there's now a train that comes here too. Okay, hey BD, it's kind of cold, but I'm a little warm. I think I wasn't overdressed, but now that I'm moving, I am overdressed. Okay, on First Street. I think there's more to it than that Michael DN. But we try not to insult places here. Thanks. Especially an area that I'm walking in. And walk in frequently. We're a positive vibe. Yeah, am I walking now the wrong way? Let's see, First Street. First and what? For sure. Usually I ignore it, but again, I don't feel great today, so I could be a cranky little shit, kind of. Ask Joe. I don't want to walk the dogs. I'm just kidding. I do too. And so I prefer to go somewhere that is not a chain. However, when we tried empanadas, we went to a chain because we wanted to go to the what I lovingly call the food hall. It's terrible. This is just a fun spot for us to talk, you know? And we don't have to knock anything. You're welcome to say you don't like something for sure. Right? Free speech. There's a lot of stuff I don't like, and I can tell you I don't talk about it here. So we're on 2nd Street. We're walking towards First, or we're walking away from it because I'm not paying attention. That's 3rd. First is up. This is my first day here. 327 First Street, Los Angeles. All right. So First Street, I just crossed 2nd Street, so I'm gonna cross again. No problem. Look at, I love this statue, although we don't know what it's for because the plaque has been stolen. Look at crazy City Hall. All right, 327 First Street, Los Angeles, California. I've never been, I shouldn't say that, I've never been mugged. I actually, my bicycle, someone tried to steal my bike from me. One time, I said, F you, and I ripped it out of their hands. It happened in New Hampshire also, how about that? And I was 8. Probably didn't say F you, but I want to sound tough for that short story. Another time, that same bike got stolen, and I saw it parked in front of, like, the drugstore, and I just stole it back. And then another time, my bike did get stolen in Boston, and I had one of those kryptonite locks on it, and they just shattered it. My last bike I gave away to somebody because I couldn't stand storing it in my apartment and not using it anymore. Someone coming up on First Street. Gotta love New Hampshire. Live free or die. I think that meant something really good until the union leaders, Nacky Loeb or William Loeb, kind of took it over and made it mean something else. You know, New York City is probably one of the greatest cities on earth. TBH. I guess IMO, in my opinion, right? So I'm on First Street. I'm gonna walk down to 327. This is where the confectioner shop was, but it looks like it is probably long gone. So 327. You know, I haven't looked at the address once. Maybe I should start. Hey, Javier. Oh, thank you. I'm like 1 or 2 seconds behind you. Or you are 313. I'll get electrocuted there with my... 321. And I think here we go. Does this say? No, 327. Oh, it is. We're gonna go to 327. Although that lovely person was standing there and they looked like... Here we go. I'm so sorry for being stupid. Yeah, 327. I didn't see the bear and the other thing. 329, so that's 327 right there. All right. I'm just gonna wait to be seated. I have to write. Thank you. You did the third party, right? Hi. Thank you.
We're at the counter.
Crappy view. To sit at the counter instead of the table where we could sit. Here's our menu.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, this one, like the picture come with the egg, pork, bamboo shoots, bean sprouts, sesame seeds, and a green onion. Are you okay with everything?
No egg.
Just a no egg?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
so spicy miso ramen, no egg, and a one Sprite. Okay, okay.
Diet Coke,
Oh,
please.
sorry, one Diet Coke, sorry. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. I'm gonna turn it down. The speech, which was just loads of fun. I got the spicy ramen, by the way. The network might be unstable because I'm inside, which is why I also wanted to eat. Can you still hear me or follow me? I'm at like 100K EVS. I restarted it. I mean, it's just dropping steadily. If you can hear me, I'll kind of slurp. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. All right, I don't know how much you can see of my ramen. Or the guy. I don't want to show this guy. So I got spicy ramen, which means I'm probably going to need a refill. With no egg. I'm also not going to be able to eat all of this. The pork pieces are huge. Mmm. Mmm. Unfortunately, it is a lot of ramen. Honey egg. It's a texture thing. I think I have a noodle stuck in my throat. I think I have a really high tolerance for spice. White guy spicy. Or it's New Hampshire spicy. But not Angelino spicy. Thanks, Cecilia. I think I'm gonna leave now because I don't like sitting here with no signal. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Like, arigato. Hey, sorry. I'm gonna go out here and stand under their tent. I am so effing sorry about that. Like, how was I to know? Anyway, it was really good. Really good ramen. Again, I would say 9. I'm not a ramen expert, but I'm about to get electrocuted or knock a chair over. I probably should have sat out there now that I see an outside seating. Sorry for the crappy signal and you guys not really getting to see me eat that ramen. That makes me sad. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a Capricorn. That's the place I wanted to go. When I planned this, I was watching Back in the Clay, and he was down here on Sunday. We went to Venice, right? No, sorry, he was down here on Saturday. I really wanted to come down on Saturday, and I really wanted to get the ramen over at that place or the ramen truck over there and eat it in Francis K. Hashimoto Square. Which one? That sushi grill? So thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. I really do appreciate the recommendation. Please hit the button. Definitely would love the support. Um, More support means, I don't know. I guess the algorithm picks it up and then I get money from commercials maybe, which I will eliminate some of at some point. Um, all of the little shops are open in there. Um, and I would go in, but I have a giant umbrella. Um, so I'll make this up to you. We'll come and get I said Reuben. We'll come and get Reuben. We'll come and get a Reuben. We'll come and get ramen again for sure. Thanks, BD. I don't even know what that is. So it is coming down, cats. Not necessarily dogs, but definitely cats. I love it. So my very first month of doing this, streaming, my goal was to at least get to HD, and we did it. Go look at my first video. It's really, first couple live streams are hilarious. And then last month it was try to get the sound down, and we've got that 90%. So I gotta work on the signal this month is what I'm gonna do. I think it might, most of the places down here are a little more expensive because it's so like touristy. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody's comments or if I don't respond. It's not that I don't love you. So the really awesome thing is my stream started all over again, I think. And it resets the time. So I think I'm keeping an eye on the time because I'd like to see how much I use the battery. I would love a Reuben. So the best Reuben in the town, according to people that love Reubens, is it's at the deli that's near MacArthur Park. I've forgotten the name of it. I've never gone there before. But there's something about the way they make their rye bread. Oh, Captain Nicholas, I went in there, I ate the ramen, my total was $27.99 with a tip, and I had a drink. My tip was $5 on $22.99. Just to give you an idea of what the food cost. Not to brag, I was a waitress in my past life. And I always my whole Langers, that's it. Yeah, it's barely hanging on by the skin of their teeth. So Langers is in or at the foot of MacArthur Park. Sorry, MacArthur Park. It's at the which we're not looking at for any reason. It's at the foot of MacArthur Park, this end, and you know, MacArthur Park is a work in progress. So here are all of our sister cities of Los Angeles. He's not talking to me, don't worry. So look, we're only 5,755 miles away from Bordeaux. Huh. I've looked at this before, I don't know why. It doesn't seem like Athens should be that way though. If we went to Cantor's, I'd probably, I mean, Langers, I'd probably drive. I actually thought of driving to LittleTokyo today because I'm kind of feeling under the weather. That soup really hit the spot. I kind of love Century City. You know, that mall was where they filmed one of the Planet of the Apes. And also there was I think we were talking about this on the stream. They used to have concerts on TV. And I remember Olivia Newton-John had a concert, and part of it was at the Century City Mall. But the Planet of the Apes part, I really kind of dig. I did take the subway. I hate driving in LA. Although, I don't mind driving out of it. Also, I think gas went up again. I think the other day I got some gas. I barely drive at all, by the way. Hey, 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 hey! It is a rainy day, Ty. I barely drive at all, so I get gas once a month. But I kind of love driving in the rain, not in LA. I could kind of go for. I think I'm gonna get a little dessert. Like I feel like I would really love a $5 cookie made with organic butter, um, and angel flour. I haven't taken that train yet. I feel like I just knocked my. I should have an oatmeal cookie. I should definitely get a cookie, an expensive cookie. Um, I don't think I can. I couldn't eat my whole soup, by the way. It was a lot of soup. I tried to eat most of the noodles. I feel really fat and I feel bad for throwing it out. I mean, I don't feel, I feel full, not fat. Maybe a little puffy from all that soup. Um, so, back over to Broadway. We're on Main Street. No need to go down Main Street. I got spicy ramen with pork belly, and I don't even eat pork, but just really wanted some. The pork was very tender and well cooked, I will say that. The spicy was moderate though. When I order spicy, I want it to be hot. But it was like a moderate spicy. The noodles were great. I don't know if they made them there. Huh. Yeah, that is the new LA police station. It was Her, right? That movie was Jacqueline. You know, The Japanese are smart. I try to eat till I feel satiated. Um, like, with the right circumstances, I could really do some damage, but I try to eat till I'm just satiated. Unless it's a box of cookies, then I really have no self-control. Jacquin's a strange character. So in doing my research for the Sunset Strip walk on Friday, of course, River Phoenix came up. And there's some weird stuff that we probably won't talk too much about because I don't want to get sued by anybody. But Jacquin and his sister were the ones who wanted to go to the Viper Room that night. I think I said Rainbow Room, I'm sorry. Viper Room that night. And he, because he was a celebrity, could get them in, I guess. And then I saw something about one of the guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers giving him the fatal drink, which is kind of weird. Anyway, what a sad case. Kind of the James Dean of the 80s, 90s. And I'm not slating James Dean. Okay. That was a really sad story, and he was like, honestly, like just he made some cool movies. So I don't know if that's the first statue or the last statue, but all of those little blurbs lead up to that. I wonder what it means. Right? It's the same thing with the Culkin brothers, except they're both alive. Sorry, that wasn't a great comparison. But now Kieran is winning the Oscar. He was in Home Alone 2. I forgot that. Home Alone also, I mean. Maybe Home Alone 2 also. I don't. I usually, to be honest with you, get ramen on Melrose. There's a couple places on Melrose that I like to get it. I'm terrible at remembering the name of them. One's on the corner almost of Melrose and La Brea. They make a ramen burger, if you can imagine that. So it's a Kobe beef burger with a ramen bun. It is so good. So, oh, look. Bulgogi. Maybe I should get bulgogi now. I love that they have a water bowl for a dog. The Oscars, I didn't really watch any of the movies except for the stuff, the substance, whatever it was called. I kind of wish I saw Enora because I love his other movie. Or he has a bunch of movies, that guy. But what was the other movie? That Tangerine, which was a fantastic movie. Totally filmed in Hollywood on iPhones. I love coffee also. Yeah, the next time I go to get ramen, we'll definitely try to make sure to eat outside. But again, this month is all about figuring out my signal. I felt helpless there. I couldn't like really get up, and I had to wait for my ramen. The cookie is going to be a different story, though. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm so sorry. We're still a budget channel. We're moving on up, though. So Enora was just I just loved that movie Tangerine. Also, again, it was like filmed in a neighborhood that I lived in and was familiar with, and I found the story to be interesting. Well, Ty, in response to that, I think the reason is because when you watch like a reality show, they're like, "We're in Los Angeles," and the next thing you know, they're like in Santa Monica or they're in the Valley, which is kind of Los Angeles also. So people can easily get tricked, but there's a lot of stuff to explore and see down here. Did you see Tangerine? I kind of loved it. A very sad, bittersweet kind of story with a slow burn, which I really love. I need a second phone for a voice box, and I don't think I'm going to go ever inside of the Cecil Hotel. Every time we walk by there, there's, maybe residents living there. I don't think they want me to film them. I'm going to get a cookie from that really expensive cookie place in here. I can't remember what it's called, but the cookie was really good. I'm not going to get a coffee this time. I feel like my heart will explode. Not really, but I don't. I thought it was just a residence at this time. I didn't know that. I don't know that. Didn't know that Cecil still rented rooms. I think you. There's two entrances when it was a hotel, though. There's one for the residences, and then also one for the people who were staying in the hotel. No, it's not Insomnia Cookies. I don't even know that it's just a bakery over here. We got a cookie here last time and everybody was like, that is so expensive. It was like $5, which is, yeah, a little expensive, but what's a cookie at Starbucks? So, I've never been to Insomnia, but I feel like crumble cookies are too, not my favorite cookie texture. I like a thin, crunchy cookie. And this was a thin, crunchy cookie. All right, we cannot cross. Of course, the last time we got here, I got here like literally at the end of the day, and the guy was closing, so. I don't really go to Starbucks either. Um, I don't have a cause to go to a coffee shop like that. And we have plenty of coffee shops in my neighborhood if I really wanted to get a coffee, but I really make the best coffee, I've decided. Not really, but. Alright, so the cookie place. Yes, they're open. Do they have the cookie? Oh no. No, the cookie's not here. Just a double chocolate cookie. I don't think I could take that. Let's see if we can find something else. The Krispy Kreme donut is like hollow, so it takes like 7 to make me feel like I've eaten a regular cake donut. This place has really great donuts over here. But I really would need someone here to eat this with me. I can't throw away more food. But the donut man is the best. So if I get a donut, I'll need a coffee too, and I'm not... Let's find some snack to eat. Do I really want a snack? I do. I would treat myself to the donut, but I'm gonna end up throwing half of it away. The strawberry donut or the peach donut. And the other donuts, I would want to also get like a coffee, and which I just can't drink coffee. Like coffee and a donut is chef's kisses. So I love macadamia. Um, so 7-Eleven also has really delicious cookies, 2 for $1.29, but I had 2 cups of coffee at 6 o'clock this morning, so between 6 and 8, right? And then at 11 we had more coffee, and maybe I had another one in there, so I feel like I'm gonna chew the inside of my mouth if I have any more coffee. So donut is off. Let's see if we can find another desserty place with something carryable. I can't believe they don't have that donut. They have, the cookie was so good last time. Lucky bird. Another coffee and pie. Oh, let's try one of these cookies. All right. Here we go. I really don't want an oatmeal cookie right now, because that's what I eat all the time. I think I'm gonna try... Actually, just trying to find... I had some cash, but I totally have misplaced it. Maybe they're not open anymore. So maybe no cookies, so this place doesn't seem to be open, I guess. It's called Fat and Flour. I don't know what time it is, but... Are you still open? Yeah, can I buy a cookie? Is that alright? Yeah. Can I get the, I guess, deep bourbon chocolate one? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, $4. I got a bourbon chocolate cookie. Hold on. Thin, a little chewier than I like, but it's got some crunchy parts, so interesting texture, right? It's a little chewy, but also crunchy. I taste 0 bourbon, so it must have been bourbon vanilla. Mmm. There's the angel's flight. Should we ride it in the rain? Mmm. A little rain on the lens. I don't really drink. So I don't do happy hour, but if anyone has any shout outs for happy hours. Mmm. Your cookie was totally worth $4. Just saying. I realized I could have gotten a box. So, let me open up my umbrella. Sorry for blocking the camera. I never really I've never been much of a drinker. I can take it or leave it. I think I maybe drank more when I was younger. Ooh, I'm gonna lose my hat. And the only reason I don't drink is because it takes me. First of all, self control issues there. Whoa, got my face knocked in. Probably my fault though. I don't really get that at all. But so it kind of takes me too long to recover when I drink, and I have like could knock like 3 back, and then I'm S-based, and then I'm sick the next day. I think my body doesn't process it right. I do love being tipsy a little bit, but I haven't been tipsy in a while. But also, one drink makes me tipsy. And my drink would be probably, because it would be celebrationary, right? I'd probably go full margarita. Sorry. I love a margarita. But also because it's a sweet drink, and maybe it's the sugar that I really love. I think when I'm tipsy, I'm pretty funny because I'm never tipsy. Like if you've been drinking for a long time, you've kind of got your thing going, like a Dean Martin, let's say, and so you're no longer funny. You're just kind of, My drunkenness is so fresh every time that I think I'm hilarious because it's like the first time. I would prefer a Manhattan, um, but tequila was my drink of choice or whiskey. But I usually just would like sip a tequila sometimes. Low carbs, low sugar. I used to love a Dr. Pepper, a vanilla Dr. Pepper with Woodbridge Reserve whiskey. But I am way into mocktails, actually. And vinegar soft drinks are really good. They sell them at the grocery store near my house. They're made by the Bragg's Vinegar Company. So they've got live vinegar, blah blah blue in it. What's your favorite mocktail? That's a great question. Hey Jen, happy Wednesday. We ate some ramen, which you probably didn't see because the signal was bad, and then I bought a cookie to cheer myself up. I'm I'm not sure what's happening in that piece of art over there, but I'm gonna go see it. Actually, no, it might be a little X-rated for us. The ramen was really good. I think we rated it a 9 out of 10. It was spicy, and so ramen with pork in it. I don't really eat pork, but that was good pork. The spicy was medium spicy. Oh, I get it now. It looks to be Vladimir Putin. Interesting. Joseph and I really made a point to not eat pork. Like, have gone out of our way not to eat pork. It's not a religious thing. It's we're not that kind of channel, but I gotta say, after last Friday, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, I want everybody to be friendly. We don't need to talk about politics. Whew. So what am I on? I'm at 46 minutes, and I think I was at 130. My gimbal battery life. Let's check that out. We are gonna do the walk. I've only used a quarter of the battery. That's pretty excellent. We're gonna do the walk to Santa Monica this month. I hope on a Saturday. I just don't want to do it on the 21st because we have the parade the next day, and at the end of the month, I think we might go out of town for a couple days. I'll stream from there, but we won't be able to walk to Santa Monica. So I'm hoping to be able to do it this month, maybe the last Saturday in the month. And we're gonna take a Waymo back home, live stream. I'm not sure. It's Joe's birthday, so we haven't decided if we want to go to the Central Coast, Central Valley, see his family, or go to the desert. But we definitely, I think we need a few days. OOT. That's what I'm saying, simply, Sonora. Joseph wants to do it right away. Because we promised you that we would do it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we'll definitely put the Waymo in the title so you guys all know. And we'll book it soon. Thank you, Simply Sonora. We're definitely walkers. I mean, I regularly do about 10 miles a day, so I think Santa Monica is adding another 5 miles. And we're gonna kind of plan it out a little better than these walks, so we'll maybe find some place that we can eat halfway there to get a little break. Oh my god, speaking of hatched, guess who's had 2 babies so far with a 3rd one on the way? Jackie and Shadow. 2 of their hatchlings are poking out, or out actually, and then there's 1 more egg there. It's the first time in 3 years they've had any babies hatch. If it really rains again tomorrow, I've got a lot of errands to do, so I might just live stream, hey, from my car. I won't be able to talk, but it would be interesting to take a ride in the rain. It's not going to become a normal thing. Oh, this is really crazy. I've only ever seen this train station once before. I prefer the train, to be honest. I'll take the bus. Sometimes the bus is more convenient. So if we go to Silver Lake Junction and we don't drive, I probably don't drive. I would walk there first of all, but if I had to, I'd probably take the bus because it's direct. All right. What are the texture of the cookies at Crumble? Like, that's my big worry. Like, I'm afraid they're going to be like big, kind of flaky cookies instead of like, I like a thin, crunchy cookie. I'm weird. Awesome. All right, so I think I've been on for about 2.5 hours. I am going to, oh, they're soft cookies. I'm going to sign off right now and hop on the train. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm really sorry about the signal in the restaurant. I'm going to endeavor to do better. Um, so you guys have a great Wednesday. Thank you for the support. Thanks for the conversation, most of all, and the camaraderie. I will see you on Friday. Take care. Thank you.